Welcome to Salad with a Side of Fries. I'm your host, Jen Trepic, talking wellness and weight loss for real life. We're here to clear up the myths, misinformation, bad science, and marketing to teach you how to eat and how to cheat. Are you ready? I'm having salad with a side of fries. This week, we're talking about Catalina Crunch. So maybe you've seen it in your grocery store, maybe online because they have a subscription service. But Catalina Crunch is marketed to us as low-carb, low-sugar alternative cereal. They also have cookies and some snack mixes, and they call it a gluten-free, grain-free cereal that's keto and low-carb lifestyle friendly. I feel like I'm reading a commercial. Their marketing says, with filling plant protein, fiber, and micronutrients, you can enjoy real cereal and crunchy cookies minus the guilt, right? So, it goes on. Get ready to wave goodbye to boring, bland crackers and carton-like cereal substitutes, leaving a bad taste in your mouth. Pure pleasure plus plant-based protein. Put these cookies on nutritious pedestal. Oh my goodness. So my sister introduced me to these, to the cereal-ish versions, and I tasted a bunch of flavors at her house. Then when I saw them in my store in New York, I picked up a bag. I got the chocolate peanut butter flavor. So I'll finish that story in a second. But I think it's interesting for us to look at what they offer. So the founder was a fan of chocolate puffs as a kid. As a teen, he became diabetic and struggled to find a satisfying substitute, right, for his favorite breakfast. So he launched Catalina Crunch in 2017 in New York as a keto-approved plant-based option. So they boast as being non-GMO, right? We know genetically modified, no artificial ingredients, zero sugar, gluten and grain-free, crunchy, right, which, helps keep you satisfied for longer, feeling full, which crunchy can help with that, but it's really more fiber. And then it says macros on fleek. So Catalina Crunch is loaded with 11 grams of plant protein, 9 grams of fiber, 0 grams of sugar, and 5 grams of net carbs. So when we actually look at the ingredients, though, which we know we need to do, so the cereal ingredients, free from grains and gluten, which might make you wonder, what is it made of? So they make their cereals with a special Catalina flour. So this flour has pea protein, potato fiber, non-GMO corn fiber, and chicory root fiber as the main ingredients. So the potato fiber, they say, is free of starches, and corn fiber can be a prebiotic fiber, and it's not the same as the grain corn that we typically think of. And then, there's also the cookies have slightly different nutritional information. So we always want to look at them, right? I think the cookies boast as having, 1 gram of sugar, 5 grams of net carbs, and I think there's sort of pros and cons to these choices. So my pros and cons. I think the pros, they're offering us cereal, cookies, a snack mix, or a crunch mix, I think they call it. So we get some options. I think as far as, putting the word alternative in air quotes, I think alternative foods, they taste pretty good. Some of the flavors are better than others. I think they have 8 different cereal flavors, 4 different kinds of cookies. So I ended up eating, the one that I bought was a chocolate peanut butter mix. I ended up eating them separately. I didn't like the taste of them together. And I sort of felt like you have to think about chocolate for it to really taste like chocolate, or you have to think about peanut butter for it to really taste like peanut butter. But, they're not bad, all things considered, especially for these alternative things. I think they do give you a relatively significant amount of protein, fiber, and quality fat compared to other options. The cereal and the cookies are vegan. The cereal is completely gluten-free. The crunch factor is definitely a pro because it does, when you're craving sort of that crunchy thing, it hits the spot. On the cons side, they really do have small portion sizes. So 1 serving is a half a cup, which might be enough if you're using it sort of on top of some yogurt or on top of a smoothie bowl. But if you're looking for a cereal bowl, that's not going to do it. And we know that when we double the portion to provide a filling amount of fiber or a filling amount of protein, you're actually then eating sort of disproportionate amounts of some of this fiber, and you could end up with some gastrointestinal discomfort, we should say. So make sure, we're slowly consuming extra amounts of fiber and, getting extra water too. And personally, I didn't love like the feeling in my mouth after eating it. I sort of felt like there was almost like this weird film. But it was very filling. So I definitely could not have eaten the whole bag in one sitting. So where does this leave us? I gave you my personal pros and cons. I think all in, like if you're looking for something to put on top of your yogurt or a smoothie bowl, or you want a little crunch, this can be a great option. But we still want to remember it is a processed food, right? I would put it in the category of a healthier versus a healthy option. And remember, just because it's touting all the fad diet friendly labels doesn't necessarily mean that we want to eat it at the expense of eating whole, real, actual food. But nevertheless, it can be an awesome way to sort of keep aligned with your goals and keep moving forward, while still having something that feels a little like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So there you have it, guys. My take on Catalina Crunch. So Justine, any questions on Catalina Crunch?
I'd be curious to try.
Yeah, I think I would go for the Cinnamon Toast Crunch version of the flavors. So, Thank you again for being here.
Thanks for having me, Jen.
Absolutely. So as always, everybody, I'm your host, Jen Trepeck. Connect with me on Instagram at Jen Trepeck, JENNTREPECK. Our Facebook page, actually all social media at Jen Trepeck. Consider this your personal invitation. Send me a message. Let me know your questions, your ideas, key takeaways. This is also the easiest way to learn more about working with me. Of course, if you're not already, join our membership program by going to glow.fm/salad with a side of fries to show your support for this podcast, this community, and most importantly, supports your health. This week, you're getting the recipe for apple pie energy bites and Justine's article for Parents Magazine. So remember, my friend, these are not taboo topics, but rather life-saving information. The health gap impacts the achievement gap. And while it is a systemic issue, the work each of us can do in our own community truly matters. Well, friends, that's it for today's episode of Salad with a Side of Fries. Congratulations for making yourself and your health a priority. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to click subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform, share us with a friend, and we'll be back next week. Always remember, you deserve it and you are worth it. Happy healthy.